Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree if you are new here, and welcome back to my 13 Looks of Halloween series, my Avengers series. In today's video, I am going to be doing Iron Man. So if you guys are interested in seeing my Iron Man look, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to start off in the Colourpop So Jaded palette, and I'm just going to dip into the shade right here, Royal Jewel. And I'm just going to dip into this shade right here, Royal Jewels, and I'm just going to use that as a really quick, easy transition. Just give myself something to blend into. Alright, next up I'm going to dip into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 1 palette. And I'm going to take a really tiny pencil brush and I'm going to dip into the shade E5. And I'm just going to put just a little tiny bit of that on my inner and outer corner. Just like in the very inner and the very outer corner. Alright, next up I'm going to actually mix a shade from both of these palettes. I cannot point, but it's the C2 shade, so it's right there. And then the D3 shade right there. This one's a little bit more pinky and this one's a little bit more orange. And I kind of wanted like a more true red shade. So I'm going to mix them together. Just kind of dot back and forth. And then I'm just going to take that and start building that up on my inner and outer corner. Really quick. I'm not really going to pick up any, I have pigment all over my fingers. I'm not going to pick up any extra product, but I'm just going to take this little pencil brush. Alright, and then I'm going to take that first brush that I used with Royal Jewels on it and just run this over the top edges. And then back into the Volume 3 palette, I'm going to dip into the shade right here, E4, and I'm going to use kind of a fluffy but still flat like shader brush, and I'm just going to pack this onto the open space on my lid. And then I'm going to dip into this shade right here, D2, and I'm just going to take my finger and just kind of press that over the yellow and just bring it a little bit more to life. Alright, so really quick, I am going to toss on a wing and then I will be right back to kind of show you guys a little bit of graphic liner that I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm going to start off with little kind of like marker dots of where I want this to go. And then I'm going to hold my breath and I'm going to trace it. Alright, so I got the idea down. I'm going to go ahead and go back in with my liner, kind of make it better looking, fill it out in some spots. Alright, perfect. I am going to jump off and put on my base, and I will be back to continue working on this look. I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and just bronze up my skin a little bit. Alright, so for my under eyes, I'm going to start off with E5 on honestly that exact same pencil brush that I was using on my lids. And I'm just going to just smoke out just a little bit. Keep it really close to the lash line. And then I'm going to take a small pointed blending brush and I'm going to do the same thing that I did for my lids. I'm going to dip back and forth between those two red shades. And I'm going to take that same fluffy brush that I used earlier. I'm not going to pick up anything extra and just use that to smooth this out a little bit. Alright, next up I'm going to dip into this, I totally could have just almost completely used this, but that's fine. I'm going to dip into the Volume 3 mini palette and I'm going to go into this center blue shade right here and I'm going to pack that on my inner corner. I'm trying really hard not to, I want to overlap the shades so that it's not just like a stark line, but I'm making a conscious effort not to blend them together and make purple. And then I'm going to dip back into the So Jaded palette and I'm going to go into this opal shade on my pinky. And I'm just going to press that over the blue just a little bit. Next up for blush, I'm going to dip into the Burt's Toasted Cinnamon blush and just give my cheeks a little bit of color. And then for highlight, I'm going to do it kind of in a slightly backwards order. Usually you do the darker highlight and then put like slightly lighter highlight on it if you're wanting to mix highlights together. I'm actually going to start off with the lighter shade. I'm going to use the Pixi Layers palette and I'm going to put on Tea. And then I'm going to top it off with this NYX Born to Glow duo, and I'm going to use the shade Golden Cuffs to really amp up that gold shade. Alright, I am going to jump off and finish up the rest of this look. When I get back, I will show you guys what I put on my lips and the final look. So for my lips, I went in with the Milani Color Fetish Matte Lipstick in the shade Pleasure. And that is going to wrap up today's look. I also took some, they're technically white, but they kind of reflect like opally rhinestones and put one on the corner of each of my eyes. I love the way that this look turned out. It's definitely a little bit more simple than some of the other ones that I have done or am planning to do, but it works. I think that this would also, like, beyond just like a Halloween look, I think that this look would be really cool if like you're going to like an Avengers premiere or a movie premiere, or just, you know, you have like a spirit day at school or something like that. Like it's not so far out there that it's not wearable. And I just think that it's really pretty and it's cool looking, and it definitely reads Iron Man, which is obviously the goal. So happy to have Tony behind me. I love that pop. It's him snapping in Endgame. It's so cool. And yeah, that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite Marvel movie is. I would love to know. Please subscribe if you have not already. It would mean the world to me. Like this video, ring the bell, do all the things. I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!